What's going on, guys? It's Larry Lou. You know how I do. I got another video for you. A video talking about finance while in the van. So why finance? I actually have a passion for finance, but funny enough, I hate money, actual cash money, because of how it can negatively affect people emotionally, sometimes physically, through addiction, bad habits, and debt. So money has hurt people. Finance is interesting to me, and I view it somewhat like a puzzle. And if you could figure that puzzle out, then you could have a successful life. And by successful, I don't necessarily mean rich. By successful, I mean having the financial knowledge to be able to do whatever you want to do in life in order to be happy. So that's the puzzle I'm trying to figure out. And if you've kept up with my channel, you know that I like Olympic weightlifting, I like playing instruments, and I love this van. And without that financial literacy, I wouldn't be able to have nice things. So that's why I like it. So like the title says, I'm going to talk about how I bought my first Bitcoin. Not a fraction of a Bitcoin, a whole Bitcoin. But first, at the time of making this video, Bitcoin is at $61,455.61. Somewhere on the screen, I'll place my BlockFi account so you can see that I do have a full Bitcoin. I'm not just making it up. I won't show my entire crypto portfolio. You know what? If this video gets 10 likes, just 10, I'll go ahead and reveal my entire crypto portfolio. So before I get started, I just want to say that everything that led up to me buying my first Bitcoin was because of three things. One, me being frugal. Two, self-education. And last but not least, a little bit of good luck. Let's get started. So this whole story starts with my hate for buying gas. Yeah, I said it. I hate buying gas. You're literally converting your hard-earned money into fuel, then you're burning that fuel. Essentially, burning your hard-earned money. I know a lot of people don't think of it that way, but that's how I conceptualize it. My commute to work is 15 miles. So round trip, that's 30 miles. And I believe I'm gonna be working at my job for quite a while. In fact, it's a government job, and in order for me to reach a full retirement, I have to work there for about 30 years. I'm only 6 years in, so that's quite a while and quite a bit of fuel to burn. So I had to figure out what exactly I had to do to circumvent that situation. I don't want to burn all that gas. I don't want to spend all that money. So I bought an electric car. No, not a Tesla. I bought a 2012 Nissan Leaf. And for me, it was a perfect vehicle just to get to and from work. So I solved that issue. I know we haven't gotten to the Bitcoin yet. I'm getting there. Just give me a minute. But I will say this. At the time I bought my first Bitcoin, the price was $7,576.17. So I'm going to jump forward a little bit to tax season. I was filing my taxes with my regular tax guy, and I knew that you receive some type of incentive for buying an electric vehicle. But with my situation, I bought a used vehicle. My assumption was that incentive or tax credit, electrical tax credit, would go to the first-time buyer or a new electric car buyer. So while doing my taxes, right at the end when my tax guy is calculating all the numbers, I just dropped that hint that, you know what, I also bought a new vehicle. It's new to me. It's an electric car. Can you just double check if I get some type of credit for that? I wasn't expecting anything whatsoever. So he did a little research, and he was doing a recalculation. I said, oh, okay. And he told me that, oh, you're going to get quite a bit back. I said, okay, how much am I going to get back? He said I would receive an additional $7,500 on top of my tax return that I regularly get, which blew my mind. So remember, the price of Bitcoin when I bought it was $7,576.17. So I have the money, but I didn't buy Bitcoin right away. In fact, I didn't even know what Bitcoin was at the time. what I did do is save that money. I didn't necessarily have anything that I needed to spend that money on, but I knew that I had to invest that money somehow, some way, which led me to online sports betting. I know what you're thinking. That's a terrible investment. Why would you take that money and just sport bet it? We'll get there. So, in my mind, whenever I looked up online sport betting, it wasn't just gambling. To me, you could research the teams, you could research the individuals. There's actual information that you can analyze and help you make a sound decision on your bet. And I know some people make a living off this. In fact, I had a friend that was just making a killing off of it. I said, why not? So I went to a specific sport betting website. In order to bet, you had to set up a bank account with the website or transfer some Bitcoin in. For whatever reason, I didn't set up my bank account with the website, which would probably have been easier. I went with the Bitcoin route. I downloaded an app called Coinbase, and I set up my bank with that app. And then I bought a fraction of Bitcoin so that I can sport bet with it. It sounds funny saying it now. But I started to realize that Bitcoin was going up more than I was making from sport betting. So then I started to think, why don't I just start investing in Bitcoin? Because it seems like something that could be profitable in the future. That's when I started doing my research. In fact, I did so much research that it started stressing me out because I saw the numbers going up in my account, and I knew that if I didn't get in time, that I'm just losing out on some of the money. But it was not something that people were doing, or at least people around me were doing. No one was talking about Bitcoin. In fact, I knew if I bought Bitcoin at $7,500 and I told someone about it, they would think I'm crazy. Through my research, I just convinced myself, through a lot of research, I convinced myself that it was a good, sound investment. But watching $7,500 come out of your bank account, that's a lot of money for the average person. So just one day I had a long conversation with my mom actually on the way to work, and it just gave me confidence to buy. I actually didn't even say that it was Bitcoin. I just said the concepts behind Bitcoin, because for the most part it's over everyone's head unless you really look into it. That's how I bought my first Bitcoin. Through buying an electric car, saving that money, and then sport betting, then realizing that sport betting wasn't it, and then I just bought it. Now I won't have to repeat the story the next time I bring up Bitcoin to someone. I could just refer them to this video. At the end of the day, I bought it, and it wasn't money that I was expecting to have anyway from the tax return. So I figured even if it goes down to zero, I'm not really losing out on anything. I still have my job. I still have my other investments, and I'm still financially responsible. Scared money don't make money, so I just let it ride, and luckily for me, it's paid off so far. Guys, if you take anything away from this video, it's this. Please be financially responsible with your money. Educate yourself and get a good tax guy. That's it. Subscribe to my channel so you can see some more of this content. Deuces.